Ah, my quarrelsome child. When you reach the proper fighting age, you will naturally discover your favorite game. After all, you already have favorite foods. And favorite toys, of course. Yes. And if you are fortunate, my child, your favorite game might be actively played in the fighting game community. If it is, go out there, find your people, and play your heart out. You don't want to be like me. I haven't competed in my favorite game for over a decade. I'd like to get back into it. You know, maybe I'll dust off the PS3 and mess around a little. Offline. I don't need to play with other people. I'm pretty good at the game, after all. I've been playing it since long before you were born. Sometimes I can be complacent. Sometimes when my win-loss record looks especially dire, I like to unplug the Cat6 Ethernet cable and run arcade mode in some random game to make myself feel better. Sometimes I think of what I'm doing as practice, because I never lose to CPUs. Never. I never lose to CPUs. I never lose to CPUs. In fighting games, my son, if you're unwilling to challenge others, then you forsake opportunities to challenge yourself. This is not to say that you must always be seeking a challenge, and I'm not saying your free time should be exclusively reserved for fighting games. However, should you seek to compete, practice is important. Practice is crucial for building any new skill. Now, you can call me a hypocrite when you're old enough to speak, but you'll understand when you're older that there are so many other fun things to do. I mean, Resident Evil 3 isn't going to replay itself. Ow. Okay. I'll play online. Watch. There are really important things that demand my attention, son, like work and chores and errands and writing my novel and of course, raising you. You'll have plenty of things to keep you busy too, I'm sure. And life gets away from us sometimes. It's like that one song about the cat and the cradle and the spoon. You know, that song that makes Papa cry a little bit in the car. Anyway. I can sit here and talk about how much I've been playing Vampire Savior, for example, but you can see how I get demolished online or in brackets. I always tell myself, I just need to practice. And you know what? I will practice. Yet I never do. Not diligently. So while I'm thinking about practicing or pretending to practice, things don't change. I keep getting my butt kicked. I've just felt like I've been stuck. Recently, I was invited to participate in a league for Blazblue Central Fiction, and I enthusiastically accepted. Here I am practicing for said league against a CPU who clearly does not respect me. Get over here. Get over here. Tired of your magical girl nonsense, Platinum. I love Blazblue. I think it might be my favorite fighting game. Yeah, I'm aware there are multiple Blazblue games, but let's be real. They all kind of blur together. The subtitles shift, the frame data changes, the roster expands. At the end of the day, it's still Blazblue. Also, I've been maining Tager since Calamity Trigger. I'm an OG. Okay, that's a claim I can barely back up anecdotally, but hear me out. I first played Blazblue competitively back in 2011. I was a lad of 19 summers, plus a winter in Florida. And it was during my brief time in Tampa specifically where I entered tournaments for Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, King of Fighters 13, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, Soul Calibur 5, and Blazblue Continuum Shift. Shout out to Sore Thumbs for hosting those, by the way. R.I.P. Now, the Tampa FGC was certainly healthy at the time, but the community for Blazblue, as I knew it, seemed pretty threadbare. Granted, I didn't get out much, so what do I know? At Sore Thumbs, there were only 2 people I played on the regular. One was a Tau player who could air combo me for half the round, but then would die in 2 hits from me because Tager just does that damage. The other was a Hakumen main who would also fight me in crazy Makoto mirrors almost every other week. Really fun times. But when the actual Blazblue tournaments started to happen and really serious players showed up, I choked. Here's a fun fact about Iron Tager that I found out the hard way. Because of the way throws work in Blazblue, Tager's command grabs can be teched. Like this. Basically, if you're churning 360s while your opponent is in block or hit stun, they can break out. Now, I wasn't perusing Dustloop Wiki at the time to learn about green throws and purple throws, so I didn't know better. I was in the middle of a bracket set thinking, as soon as I land a 720, this guy's dead. So I landed a 720, and my opponent broke out of it, and then I lost. I wasn't salty so much as embarrassed. Despite all those hours of playing Continuum Shift with my FGC buddies, I began to think, maybe I can't play Blazblue competitively. Maybe I should just run through arcade mode or score attack at home by myself and just not take any risks. Ever again. Eventually, Sore Thumb shut down and I escaped from my brief exile in Florida. Over the following years, I've poked my head into other quadrants of the fighting game community, and I've played a variety of different games. To stay active in the FGC, son, you need a certain amount of open-mindedness. That is, the flexibility and the willingness to play what's popular in the scene, even if those games wouldn't be your first or second or third choice. But if you're lucky, kid, your favorite game might just be part of the local rotation. And maybe some local players might even form a league. Well, there's no maybe about it for me. I guess what I'm trying to say, son, is that this is an opportunity for your old man to practice what he preaches. So wish me luck, boy. I'm gonna try competing in Blazblue again.